This isn't just any ordinary tale. It is Jimmy and Brittney's love story. And the guests all went, aww. Their story begins on September 10th, 2011 at a celebration just like this one. Your beautiful bride, Brittney, was working the bar at a wedding reception taking place at the Cotillion, a wedding venue she manages in Blue Springs. Your handsome groom, Jimmy, was a groomsman and one of a small number of guests. He was also one of the few in attendance who was drinking alcohol. Yeah. Lots and lots of alcohol, which meant he was making frequent visits to the bar. And because he was in the minority of drinkers, each time he returned, Brittney knew exactly what he wanted, leading Jimmy to believe...
I guess I thought she was remembering what I was drinking, so I thought she was kind of trying to make an impression.
In reality, Brittney was just trying to make a bigger tip. Brittney's memory of Jimmy, however, could have easily faded into the abyss of just another guest who had consumed one too many, had it not been for one of his buddies, Chris, who was a groomsman then and this evening.
One of the other grooms, my buddy Chris, he was telling me, hey, that girl keeps asking about you. And I'm like, what's she asking? He's like, what's he do? Where's he live? Does he have any kids? Is he married? And so the more I drank, the more I got confident.
Not knowing that Chris was actually lying to Jimmy, Jimmy turned up the heat on his oh so irresistible charm.
He started yelling from across the room, "Give me your number! Give me your number! I want your numbers!"
Of course, Brittney had absolutely no idea that she too had just become an unsuspecting player in Chris's little game. And Jimmy was so confident that Brittney was interested in him that he hung out at the bar trying to work up a conversation. Well, it took some time, but eventually she opened up a little, and with that small success, Jimmy pulled out all the stops.
The groom's mom and dad were coming up there and telling her I'm a pilot. Oh, and I was telling you that I was going to take you on the best date ever.
Oh yeah, that was the whole line.
Yeah, fly her to dinner somewhere.
When the evening came to an end, Jimmy somehow convinced Brittney to exchange business cards and, of course, phone numbers.
She claims that I'm the only person that's got her number at that event. I don't know if I believe that or not.
It's true. Especially as a groomsman. That's very cliche.
Jimmy now had the time and opportunity to conceive what could be the most romantic proposal known to man. On September 21st, 2013, 2 years and 10 days from the day they first met, Brittney was working at her other profession, a wedding planner. By late that afternoon, she had already put in a very long day helping a bride and groom with their wedding day festivities in downtown Kansas City, when she received a text from Jimmy.
And Jimmy sends me this message that he's going to look at this Corvette that he saw on Craigslist. He's like, my dad and I are gonna go test drive it. And I'm like, great. Here I am the whole night thinking, he's probably buying a bet and I'm at work and there goes that money that could have ever went towards a ring.
To add to her already sour mood, on her drive home, she received a message from Brittney, who had been working an event at the Cotillion that evening, telling her that she had locked herself out of the building and needed Brittney to come by and let her back in. When Brittney pulled into the Cotillion's parking lot a little before 1 a.m. on the morning of September 22nd, she saw candles burning outside the building. As she got closer, she saw that those candles formed little arrows pointing towards the door.
And I walk inside and there's like rose petals and candles on the floor, and then he's standing on the dance floor with the dogs, and they've got, Harley has a bow tie on, and then Camber had a boutonniere on.
Even though they were alone on the dance floor, other than the dogs, Jimmy had also arranged for a large number of their family and friends to be there that evening as well, and they were all hiding in the kitchen area where they could watch the proposal unfold on a security closed-circuit TV. Although Brittney noticed a few heads peeking out from behind the door. As Jimmy removed the engagement ring he had placed on Harley's collar,
she was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I finally was just like, you got to be quiet for like 30 seconds so I can say. I was like, now I'm all flustered, and then got down on one knee and said my spiel that I'd worked up.
When he proposed, he was like, if you would just say yes, blah blah blah. If you would just say yes, and he kept saying it over and over and over. It was so funny. I said yes. Then he just started like dancing with me because we just danced. That was the cue to everybody to come out, and all of like our immediate friends and family came out from the back and were all there to celebrate with us. It was amazing, perfect. I mean, I couldn't have wanted it any other way.
So there you have it. The end to the first chapter in a story of happiness that will forever keep your newlyweds dancing on top of the world. Once again, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy and Brittney Jones.